Yo we gane, hey ye gane, ye gane, ye gane, ye gane. Yo we gane, hey ye gane, ye gane, ye gane, ye gane. Yo we gane. Scano, you were here with me, Gasso. Go your corner, Nico Honzo, Dan, Nego Tone, or Tahioni, ni Waki Short Dan. Niki, Nanga, what ni Shode and got Trillian and there. And got a new Dahodan. Dahodan was Nego Kya, Nanga, what ne. No, what try we wage, Nego Tone, Gadoga, a day jazz, and get through the door. And make it turn home and got Trillian and there, and grieve a neki. We go scan okay. My name is my English name is Elva Jamieson. My Ongwahoe name or my original name is means she's carrying flowers. I'm from the Cayuga Nation and I'm from the Wolf Clan. And today I'm going to talk about my my experience, I guess, working with a regular, like a family physician, and why I'm doing it, what I'm doing.
Sego, Sewa Guego, Galana Nolo Yangyats, Ganenge Haga, Niwakwan Juddah, Mwaganyakto. My name is Galana Nolo, that's my Mohawk name, which means precious song. And I am Mohawk, Turtle Clan, from here at Six Nations, and I'm glad that we're going to have this chance to talk to you about what we're doing here at Juddah's place. The other name I'm called is Karen Hill. People know me as Dr. Karen Hill here. So welcome.
Another significant person in the birth of Juddah's place is my friend Christine. Her and I have been friends since I was 5 years old, so that was a long time. And we both worked out of our homes. I did the traditional like medicine, the herbs and ceremonies and that type of thing, and Christine, she did a lot of spiritual consulting. So her and I worked together. She'd send people to me and I'd send people to her, but we worked in our homes. And we both thought, you know, because we work out of our homes, people think they can come anytime, and it was interfering with our family life. So we decided that we wanted to get a place where we could go to work, and so that it wasn't interfering with our family. And so we went ahead and we were offered a place by another friend, Angel Doc Stater, to work out of her building. So what happened is I went to work, and I was working out of the building, and then but Christine, unfortunately, she passed away before she even made it into the building. Dr. Karen and I wondered if we would work on together, and we were trying to think of what we were going to do, and I just said, well, I always worked out of my home, I can just go back. And Dr. Karen says, well, and she says, if you want to go ahead, I'll go ahead. And I said, okay, we'll go ahead. So we came ahead and we worked out of that, out of Angel's building for a year. And then we moved over here to the present location of Juddah's place. And this is the home of my mother. And we worked, you know, we've been working out of here for almost a year. And so that's how the beginning of Juddah's place happened.
So the practice that we have here at Juddah's place happened out of a lot of work. It's been a long time coming. We started with the Six Nations Family Health Team, opened that in 2007, and a big part of the mandate there was to begin collaboration with the traditional medicine practitioners in the community. I did not know who the traditional medicine practitioners were at that time, and I had been invited to meet with a group of traditional medicine practitioners. And at that meeting, they had said to me, "We want to work with you." One of those people was Christine Skye, who has now passed away, and she reached out and she said, "We want to work with you. We've been watching you. We've seen what you've been doing, and we want to start this collaboration."
For me, it's bringing traditional medicine and Western medicine together so that our people can have full benefit of our medicine, so that they can have the overall well-being. A lot of the time I see people that are in their stage 4 cancer. I see people when the Western medicine can't do anything, or the doctors don't know what's wrong, and then they come here, and then it's a big struggle to try to correct whatever problem that they are having. And how we do the medicine for traditional side is a lot of times we'll deal with the spirit side first, because a lot of times the person's spirit may be broken, and we need to help them to come to balance in that area. And a lot of times it may be an emotional issue, and so we need to deal with that and help them through traumas that they have experienced, because we know that spiritually and emotionally they need to be well to be able to be physically well. What we found is that if you just do the medicines for the physical side, yes, it'll help, but they get sick again. So we need to deal with the whole person. And the reason why I guess that I've chosen to work with Western medicine is because I know we need them. At one time our people could still do surgeries on people, but I don't know how to do that at this time. I knew it's not a spectator sport for me. I can't sit on the sideline and hope people can do it. I had to roll up my sleeves and jump in and get to work. And I met a woman that felt the same. And all of my whole time as being a traditional health practitioner since I was 18, and I'm 59 now. And all that whole time there was never a person that I felt like I want to work with that person, until I met Dr. Karen Hill. And she's the same kind of person. It's like roll your sleeves up and get in there and do the work. And because of that, it's like it became easier for me. So what I'm doing is pretty new, pretty groundbreaking, and it's but I know myself as I just have to keep doing it for my people, but also like for other people, and for all colors of men. Hopefully the message will get to the other doctors to know that practicing medicine has to be different than it is. I had a lady work on me, and she was doing some hands-on work and some spirit work with me. And when I got finished, the message I received was that Western medicine needed to be practiced differently, because they need to take a look at the whole person, and not just at the physical part, but the whole being.
In planning for the family health team, that was what the community was saying, was that we needed to increase our collaboration with traditional medicine practitioners. We needed to work to bring the traditional knowledge back. With our collaboration came along the way an increase in our people's awareness of traditional medicine and their willingness to reach out and pick that back up to be part of their health care. And we're trying to figure it out as we're going along. And I think that's the barrier. The barrier is that we don't really know. There's no template. There's no anybody else who's really done this kind of work before, where we're actually trying to work in a different way. And for me, as a Western trained physician, as an Indigenous woman, it's important for me to remember that the position as a physician at the center of healthcare for our people, to me, is a stolen position. That position has been stolen from the traditional knowledge keepers. At one time, that is who we went to. That knowledge was what each family held to help them to stay healthy, to address illness when it did come. We had ceremonies that helped us to deal with mental health, to keep us from carrying the baggage that we carry these days. So it's important that I always remind myself of that, because that's really what I think we're trying to do here, is we're trying to create that stepping stone for our people from, we've had years of oppression and dependency on the Western system of thinking, eating, doing, being, and health. And now we need to start to move back to picking back up that knowledge that was given to us by the Creator Himself, and reconnecting with that knowledge, that energy. So it's important that the work that we're doing here, as a physician, I'm always trying to make sure that I'm sitting back, that I am saying, what is it that I'm to do next? I'm often asked by students and residents, how do I negotiate that that place with my patients and with the practitioners themselves? Like, how do we do that? How do we work together? Perhaps Elva has already shared with you that we're sort of figuring this out as we go along. There's no model or previous, framework that we have to go through. So we work very much together based on principles that are espoused in one of our traditional teachings that's called the two-row wampum. Now that two-row wampum, the wampums are agreements that our people used in various different situations. The two-row wampum itself depicts the relationship that we were hoping to establish with the newcomers to this country. And that agreement saw both cultures, both groups of people as equal, and as traveling along on this land, in this time and space, in a parallel kind of way, together. Between us was the principles of, or are the principles of peace, respect, friendship. Some people say peace, power, and righteousness, but they definitely are spiritual principles that guide our relationship with each other. Because we do need to acknowledge that each system, in this case, each medical system, is complete and whole in and of itself. Each one has its own epistemology, its own basis of evidence, and each one needs to be respected by the other. So Elva and I work very much in that way. The other practitioners that come in, whether they're Western practitioners, we have a counselor, and we also have traditional medicine practitioners that come in and do an indigenized type of Reiki and reflexology. We all work under those principles. So, and from a Western framework, I refer back in my practice to those principles espoused in the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario, with their policy on consent to treatment. And in that policy, it does identify that every patient determines for themselves what treatment is acceptable. And so when my patients request or use traditional medicine, traditional practices, I respect that. That's their choice. I still teach them about Western modalities and options that are available to them, but ultimately it is their choice as to which they use or whether they use both. And that's often the case, more often than not, where our patients are using Western and traditional medicines to address their health.
Yo we gane, hey ye gane, ye gane, ye gane, ye gane. Yo we gane, hey ye gane, ye gane, ye gane, ye gane. Yo we gane, hey ye gane, ye gane, ye gane.